It's time that we admit this about Liv Morgan, and it's the truth. And I think you guys are going to walk away from this video thinking the exact same thing. Now, look, Liv Morgan, she has been able to carve out a real niche of a fan base within the pro wrestling industry. They are a hardcore, die-hard fan base who supports their star because they understand what Liv Morgan brought to the table, what she brings to the table. And that is something in which WWE, for the longest time, did not see. However, 2024 circumstances changed. Unique opportunities came about, and it was Liv Morgan who was able to capitalize on that opportunity. What do I mean by that? Well, of course, we had the fact that Rhea Ripley, she was sidelined with an injury, ironically at the hands of Liv Morgan by accident. We also had Becky Lynch. WWE tried to get her to resign. She would not. They even gave her the title, and she's like, no, I don't want this. That also led to Liv Morgan becoming the women's world champion because WWE, they needed someone. They needed someone to pick the ball up in a top tier way. They needed to create a new star considering Rhea Ripley had to vacate the title due to injury, due to the fact that Becky Lynch walked out. They needed a new star, and it was Liv Morgan who they picked. It was Liv Morgan who was given the opportunity. Even though she was a former SmackDown Women's Champion, she had not necessarily been given the ball like she had in this way, and she absolutely crushed it, aligning herself with Judgment Day, aligning herself with Dominic Mysterio, the feud with Rhea Ripley that went way longer than anyone had inspected, to the point where at the end everyone's like, okay, we've had enough. This thing has gone nearly a year. And WWE, they made a very crucial decision earlier this year when they had her drop the title. It was time. And instead of just being a single star, winning the match, losing the match, or going off into a separate program, they decided to shift her into a tag team player. And her and Raquel Rodriguez went and owned the women's tag team division, ultimately winning the championships. And ultimately, Liv Morgan was on her way to an Evolution 2 match with Nikki Bella before she suffered a devastating shoulder injury, resulting in her being out of action for the remainder of 2025. But then I was thinking to myself, there's something that needs to be said. There's a truth here. You look at the state of SmackDown's women's division, which is an absolute joke. You have Jade Cargill, who's been beaten like a drum, and you have Nia Jax, who is just the just the beat up doll for Tiffany Stratton. You have the Raw women's division, which they're trying to rebuild. Even though they have star power, they kind of ran through all their feuds. There is a gap in the women's division on Monday Night Raw. There's a gap in the women's division on SmackDown, and it was a gap that Liv Morgan filled. And she was able to do that because if there was something in which WWE needed, whether it was to get someone over, whether it was a program, whether it was just to fill up backstage segment time, they called on Liv Morgan because whenever you give Liv Morgan a marching order, she executes it to the map. She crushes it every single time. And truth be told, not a lot of people can do that. And when you have a talent like Liv Morgan, who is able to execute the way that she did and the way that she was able to serve the company, it's a rare feat. And it's something in which I think WWE can take for granted. I actually think it's something that WWE fans can take for granted, and they shouldn't, because she is someone that you can count on when you need it. She's someone that has star power. She brings a lot to the table. She brings eyeballs to your television show or your social media post, right? Or your YouTube clips. I have seen that firsthand. Liv Morgan was hands down a huge part of my channel's growth last year. Um, I miss making content about her. I think when you have a talent who can do anything the company asks, you can perform at a high level as a baby face, trying to get sympathy from the fan base, or a heel trying to get heat and become one of the more hateable persons on the roster. I think she does that extremely well. The way that they told that Rhea Ripley feud was amazing. The way that they've been able to keep the Judgment Day together and kind of turn it into 2.0, I think has done tremendous television, and it's really helped everyone involved. I think she helped get Dominic Mysterio over to where he is today. I think she was on her way to helping Raquel Rodriguez become the biggest star that she has been up to this point in her WWE tenure. So there's a lot that Liv Morgan produces. There's a lot that Liv Morgan does for this company. And it's a lot that I don't think a lot of people give her enough credit for. So let me know down in the comments area below. Do you miss Liv Morgan? Do you agree with